Please, we are tired. Mimi pia nilikuwa kwa hizo streets. Ni hayo sitarudi nyuma. Wapi? You mess up our country every day. Seriously, kuna mambo yanachukiza. Urudi nyuma kufanya nini? Nani anataka urudi nyuma? Kwani sisi ni wale? Inachokesha. You ruin a country day in, day out because of your personal issues. Wallahi, you lost the elections. Mimi nilikuwa katika hizi trenches na William Ruto. Tuliona ile dhulma tuliofanyiwa. Niliona dhulma paka sometimes. I hope the president will forgive me. We used to see pain in his face. We used to tell him there is a God and the God is with us. Kila miaka mitano. Why else do we need an election? Kuandamana ni haki yake. But not to topple a government. Hakuna crisis in this country that validates a negotiation at yakina Kofi Annan type. The only crisis this country is how to retire you in a manner that is dignified so that Kenya's democracy and constitution can be respected. Wajua nasema sisi sasa tumekuwa wazee, bado wanatuharibia tu. Tuanze tuko university, tuko 20, tusikia Raila Odinga ameandamana. Mara Raila Odinga tukamjoin, tukaona hakuna kitu. Tukaenda tukajoin William Ruto, tumeshinda bado yana andamana. Can anybody who can talk to him tell him that it is time to take a rest? Kina Ruto are just respecting him, they don't fear him. The government does not fear him. Donald Trump anshikwa kama kabusu akaekwa ndani na kuambia itakuwa maandamano ya siku mbili na itaisha and the country will move on. But we don't want to indignify you. You are an old statesman. We want you to retire in peace.
From Azimio's speech today, it doesn't require you to be a rocket scientist for you to understand that the Azimio Brigade are using the high cost of living as a bargaining tool.
Any reasonable observer of the happenings in the last few weeks will agree with us that Kenya Kwanza has no intention whatsoever of holding any dialogue at all, let alone one that is honest, transparent, and bipartisan. They have exhibited absolute bad faith from the beginning, and we will highlight the same as follows. Number one, when Honorable Ruto invited us for talks, he did not in his speech capture the entire framework for talks as had been agreed upon with the emissaries he sent to us. This includes leaving out key issues on the cost of living and electoral justice, which are of utmost importance to us and the people of Kenya. Number two, the delay in naming his team is another sign of a lack of seriousness that has been made worse by the inclusion of members of the Azimio coalition in his team when the whole country knows that respect for multi-party democracy is one of the key issues we have put on the table. Number three, to date, Kenya Kwanza has failed to name the leadership of his team as a way of stonewalling. Number four, last evening, we learned of a motion drafted by Kenya Kwanza leadership allegedly aimed at setting up a joint select committee in Parliament. The motion is in absolute bad faith for the following reasons. A, we have insisted on an extra-parliamentary process in view of the strictures of debate in Parliament. We will therefore not participate in any such parliamentary process. B, the motion is disguised as a product of bipartisanship, when in fact the leadership of Azimio and Parliament were neither aware nor consulted in its drafting. C, the motion purports to name members of the minority party to the so-called select committee without any reference to the minority leadership in violation of the standing orders of both houses. And D, the motion purports to set the terms of reference and scope of the discussions without any reference to us. We continue to insist that the dialogue must be about all the four issues, namely the cost of unga, fuel and electricity, forensic audit of the servers, bipartisan reconstitution of the IEBC, and respect for multi-party democracy. Kenya Kwanza cannot dictate to us what we cannot bring to the table.
Raila and his team have consistently been telling Kenyans that the Kenya Kwanza government have been undermining Kenya's democracy. But they too have also been undermining institutions that have acted as a cornerstone of Kenya's democracy. And a good example is the parliament and the judiciary. For example, the bipartisan talks, Ruto proposed that they should be held through parliament. But it's like they sensed defeat and decided that they're going to push that they're going to be made out of parliament. When President Ruto came out strongly to announce that unga prices will drop to 150, from Kalonzo's speech, it's like they've shifted goalpost, and that makes me believe that the Azimio Brigade are acting in bad faith, simply because you cannot backtrack when your opponent meets a demand. When I think of that, then I strongly believe that these maandamanos were not people-centered, but rather self-centered. With such utterances from Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that are going to cause mayhem, then I strongly feel that they are going to erase all the good records that he's kept since time immemorial, simply because Kalonzo is well known as a peace mediator. And if I can just draw a flashback, sometimes back I remember Uhuru sending him, I think, to South Sudan as a peace negotiator. Right from pushing for the servers to be open to the unga prices should go down, and as of now, they are now advocating for the injured during the maandamanos should be compensated by the government. I pity the Azimio Brigade simply because they'll keep on with the same drama, then boom, 2027 will find them very flat-footed, no plan and strategy of winning the general election. They go to an election, they lose, then boom, back to the streets, maandamanos. Instead of they strategizing on how they're going to win the 2027 election, here they are doing the same things over and over and over again, while expecting different results, in the sense that the things they're advocating currently, they're the same things that they did maandamanos for back in 2017 and 2013. Honestly, do they really know what they want, or they don't have any formula of winning an election? Anyway, that has just been my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion to mine, kindly just feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And as I end this, in case if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly just consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you've been watching my videos and you've not subscribed, kindly just feel free to click on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either Telegram, TikTok or Facebook, kindly just head on over to YouTube, search for Mohamed Sudi, hit the subscribe button so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on a notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. Thank you, and may God bless you.